Well, hello there, my crazy little crawfish, and welcome back to 31 Films of Halloween, day 29. Oh my gosh, almost there. Y'all don't have to put up with me too much longer. Just almost there. You can do it. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yes, at Another Scream Queen 76. I know you're so over this queen, but you can subscribe. Today, I'm going to be talking about a particular film that was recommended to me by someone special. And you know who you are once I start talking about this film, so thank you. It is called Southern Comfort, and it is from 1981. Now, this film is slightly similar to Dog Soldiers, except for the fact ain't no werewolves up in this mug. Just some really angry Cajuns. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So, Southern Comfort was directed by Walter Hill, and he is responsible for giving us some pretty great films, including The Warriors, and also 48 Hours and Brewster's Millions. And come to find out, he was also the producer on quite a few of the Alien films as well, which, fun fact. But Southern Comfort is about this platoon of 9 National Guardsmen, and they are running a routine exercise over the weekend through the very isolated Louisiana swamp. And so they're out on their little jaunt through the woods, and they come across this area where there's some game being hung out, like fish and things of that nature. And there's like 3 canoes sitting there. So what do? They just decide to take them canoes for a ride without asking permission. Where's your permission slip? Ain't nobody tell you could take them canoes? You naughty National Guardsmen. Thank you. Anyway, they take these canoes out on the water, and they're just paddling along, just minding their business, even though the canoes ain't their business. And all of a sudden, they hear some noise back from where they were. And they see some fellers coming out the woods who probably own those canoes. So they decide, probably time to turn around. But we have 9 differing personalities amongst these National Guardsmen. And one of them is a dipshit. So dipshit decides to fire off some fake rounds of ammunition. They don't have any live rounds because they're just doing a routine exercise. Well, these people they stole the boats from don't know this, so they hit the deck, taking cover, thinking they're gonna get killed. And of course, dipshit just thinks it's hilarious. Some of the other guys are like, man, dude, that's not funny. No, why would you do this? So they start to turn the boats around. Then something really bad happens, like something bad. And this was like 17 minutes into the film, and it startled me. I was like, oh snap, the shit going down now. So this just begins this cat and mouse game amongst these National Guardsmen and these Cajun poachers that they have just pissed off royally. Don't steal nothing from the Cajun poachers, man. And they are basically like fleeing for their lives and trying to outwit these faceless attackers. You really don't get to see them throughout most of the film until one particular occasion they do manage to capture one of them, and they hold him prisoner basically, and they're trying to get him to confess where the rest of his buddies are, why they're doing this. I mean, why are you going to ask that? You know damn right well why they're doing it, because you stole the boats. You stole the boats. God. So, of course, they're trying to, flee from these unseen attackers, and the swamps are just, like, lined with booby traps of all sorts. And they're starting to get picked off, like, one by one, spoiler. And the one thing that they really need to be concerned with besides these poachers is themselves, because they're in such an extreme situation of survival that, these different personalities, they're starting to flare up. And Lord, the testosterone is just boiling and bubbling and just spewing all over the place. It's a lot of dick swinging. Not that kind, but you know what I'm saying. And they really are in just as much danger from themselves as they are the poachers. I mean, they just are some angry men. So, as I said, the personalities here are very different. And the actors, I feel, who were picked to play these roles fit perfectly. We've got Keith Carradine, who plays Spencer, and he's the rational guy out of everybody. And Keith Carradine has starred in quite a few films, notably Nashville, Pretty Baby, and Thieves Like Us. And then we have Powers Booth, who plays Hardin, and he's the paranoid guy, and that paranoia plays quite effectively at the end of this picture. And Powers Booth has appeared in quite a few 80s films, like Red Dawn, The Emerald Forest, and he was also in the Western Tombstone. And then we got Fred Ward, who plays Reese, and he's a hothead. Yeah. He cannot keep that temper under control. It's like, dude, turn it down about 80% and you'll be okay. And Fred Ward appeared in The Right Stuff, but probably as soon as everybody sees his face, they're going to know him from the Tremors films. So Southern Comfort is a pretty intense film. I mean, I was bushed when I was, finished with the end of the film, and it was surprisingly effective. I mean, these guys, they're not in any well-known war, but they are in a war against, these attackers and amongst themselves too. So it really is this, attack from both sides, from within. I will give Southern Comfort 4 pumpkins. It's not your traditional horror film, but woof, Lord of mercy, there's some horrible, horrible things happening to these men. So until next time, if you see something that does not belong to you, like a boat, leave that shit alone. I mean, go rent one, go build one. Just don't, no, somebody's gonna arrest you or try and get you with like a bear trap. No bueno.